Wait a second, I'm missing something. There we go. What's up, guys? It's the old ninja wearing aviators and a superhero hat. We're gonna be training today, getting that work. I know I have to like double down with my work now because I'm trying a new style of martial arts. What's up, my dude? I'm learning a new style of martial arts. It's gonna be kung fu, so I gotta practice my old stuff even more. And so today we're gonna be doing a little bit of like traditional kung fu stuff, and then maybe some weapons if you guys want me to. Let me know if you want me to do some weapons. What's good, bros? Corey, Call of the Gamer. I'm a fan of that tag, of that name. I really am. Guys, if you are liking me do these live streams, if you want me to do more, let me know by hitting that like button on the video so that I know that you guys appreciate it. You know, that's how I find out. Now let's set up my phone so I can practice without holding the camera the whole time. That wasn't necessary. There we go. What's good? Here we go. Alright, so to warm up, I'm going to do my basic form, and then I'll come back and answer a bunch of your questions. If you have any questions about some upcoming videos or just, life in general, let me know. Also, check out this dope shirt. Check out I'm a Ninja on Instagram if you want to get one yourself. That's one. I have a ton of those I have to do. That's the most basic one. Taijutsu, yes, I would consider it. There's no martial art I wouldn't consider practicing, honestly. Given the option, I practice basically everything. Lost Boy, what's up, boy? What's up, Zachary? You've been here for a while. I've seen you before. Same with Ben. Nice to see you. Random cars passing. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty basic one. It's in a lot of different forms. Actually, a lot of different styles. Slightly modified. Gotta make sure I remember them. I'm trying to do this all before the sun sets so you guys can actually see me. Guys, tell me in the comment, what martial art have you practiced? Excuse me. There's a lot of you guys out there that have practiced judo or Muay Thai or Krav Maga, Kung Fu. A lot of you guys have done different stuff. So let me know, what have you actually, done yourself? Karate? Okay. really awkward when cars pass me. Taekwondo, and we'll be back in December. That's alright. It's okay to take some breaks. Muay Thai, very cool, Zachary. Also, if you haven't hit a like yet, definitely hit a like. Bit of judo and kickboxing. Okay, cool. I've actually never done official kickboxing. I've never done that. Shotokan karate. Yeah, I've done that. I haven't done Shotokan in a very, very long time. I didn't do it for very long either, but I have done it. Just, not for very long. So, what do you guys think about this video I'm doing? I'm working on this video. Basically, I'm gonna take like the live-action Batman. So, Ben Affleck, George Clooney, all the live-action Batman, and kind of combine or kind of compare their fighting styles. And I had a poll earlier. I think I posted it last night sometime, pretty late. But I had a poll asking you guys what you think about who's actually the best one. So what do you think is gonna be like, the best one out there? Okay. I messed up there. See, that's why I practice. That's why I always practice, because I can mess up, and I just did that one. Oops. Christian Bale. Okay. Nipple Batman for the win. Hey. Actually, he ranks higher. I finished writing the video. I haven't recorded it yet. I finished writing it, and he actually ranks higher than what I expected him to, as far as fighting skill goes. Because remember, I'm not taking into consideration how good the movie is, how good it did in theaters, how well it did, whatever, anything like that. The only thing I'm taking into consideration is actual fighting style shown on screen. So not implied, not assumed because he did this in the comics, and so we assume he can do no. On-screen fighting style only, and taking that and kind of seeing which Batman is the best of them all. You're the best. All right. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with that. See, and that's I'm not gonna spoil the list. Actually, I will. I'll spoil the list. So if you don't want to know, leave real quick, because I'm about to say it. So, cut to 30 seconds, and if you're watching this later, cut to 30 seconds later, because here we go. The number one was Ben Affleck, for sure, Ben Affleck. And then number two is actually Christian Bale, which is not what I expected. And then the rest fall in behind that, and I'll go into that later. But, yeah, so now spoiler-free zone, we're good. So now you know. I spent 3 or 4 hours watching all of the fight scenes from TV and everything. It took a very long time. big boy Thanos? I'm pretty good. How about yourself? Scott Adkins Batman would be amazing. I would love that. But that makes me think, I didn't include any like fan films, so like I know Batman appears in some of Hawke's films, and I know he appears in several different live action like fan films, and although some of them are really cool, and some of them would probably beat some of the other ones on the list, I just like, no, I can't include fan films because there's so many fan films. And that's why I'm not actually including animated versions, even though I have plans to do an animated version of that video too, where I compare all the animated Batman, see which one's the best. But there are like 20 different animated Batman, and then there's like Batman that I may or may not count, like Terry McGinnis's Batman, maybe, or Nightwing is Batman, maybe. There's so many different Batman that I have to put in that list. So it's just like, if you guys want me to, if you guys actually like it, and it gets, a bunch of views and likes, and you guys comment and let me know that you want to see more, then sure. But I just don't want to do it if you guys are like, we don't really like these videos. If you guys don't appreciate them, don't like them for whatever reason, you don't have to like them. That's fine. You don't have to like them. But I don't want to waste my time making a video that takes a long time that you guys don't really care about. So let me know when that comes out. It should be coming out Wednesday-ish, probably. Maybe Monday if I'm lucky, but probably more like Wednesday. And then we got Star Wars month coming in May, so it's going to be pretty faster than I'm ready for it, honestly. Especially with the end of school and stuff like that. Man, my legs are really sore from training yesterday in Kung Fu. Like, really sore. Star Wars movie is, I think the movie's coming out in December, but Star Wars month for this channel is going to be in May, because I didn't want to make December a whole themed month, because November is already Avatar month. So if you guys don't know already, Avatar is like my favorite show, like by far my favorite show. It's just like at the top, and it's also partly one of the reasons I want to try out for the Netflix series, because that is literally dream come true. Like, definition, the absolute peak of, like, Avatar is a large part the reason I've stayed in martial arts as long as I did and got through some of the hardest parts of my martial arts training career. And so I absolutely can post that video if I do. What kind? Like tricking kind? Like effective kind? What are you kind of looking for? But anyway, so martial arts martial arts and Avatar are kind of one and the same. They're like a big part of what's made me all this time, which is weird because I don't have any Avatar hats yet, so I need to get onto that. But yeah, so every November, so we did it last November, we're gonna do it this November. Every November will be Avatar month, where every video in that month is going to be Avatar related. I know I haven't done the Fight Like a Firebender yet, so that has to come out then. I'm probably gonna do Fight Like a Chi Blocker, because I've been learning some like pressure points and stuff like that recently. Some effective style stuff, no problem, I can do that, absolutely. There's some drills that I know that you can learn pretty simply that can get you started. Are you more intermediate or more advanced as far as staff work goes, my dude? Or dudette, I don't know, if you're a guy or a girl. Probably a guy, because I think the majority of my audience are guys, but, it could be a girl. They're not all guys here. Anyway, I'm about to go and do my next form. As soon as this car passes, that's when I'll do my next form. Now I'll do my next form. try to run through and make sure I don't forget. Even though if I have moments where my brain makes it slip, can't forget. Who are you? Scoot. Scoot 233. Who are you? I know, I have to know you. Who are you? How many actual... I know. Have I not guessed you? Have I really not guessed you? Are you lying? I feel like you're lying. Oh, I know I've trained with you before. You wouldn't know most of the stories that you've mentioned without having to train with you before. I've not guessed you yet. Caleb? Maybe Caleb? I don't know. But I've been in a couple different fights. I've been in a bunch of high school fights. I think 4 or 5 high school fights. And then as far as like outside of school, or at least outside of high school age, I don't think I've been in that many. Since I've graduated in 2014, I think I might have been in like 3 different encounters where I've had to use martial arts to stop a situation, but it hasn't been too serious. I've never had to like seriously hurt somebody. I've broken some wrists, I've broken some fingers, but I've never had to actually hurt somebody. So that's good. It's a good thing. I probably wouldn't remember you if you told me. Who are you? Tell me, because that makes it even harder for me to guess. Like, what state do you live in? That will help. Do you live in Arkansas? Do you live in... What city do you live in? Like, is it Fayetteville, Rogers? Is it, Bartlesville? Where do you train? Arkansas. Which city? Drew? Man, no way Drew watches this channel. Who are you? Drew would know this. Jacob would know this. Dance studio. Okay. So in Rogers. Like, from the dance studio, or like, you train with me at the place with the dance studio? Are you older than me or younger than me? Both studios, 2 studios just moved locations, bro. That doesn't help me. Two of the 3 studios both just changed locations. You're younger than me. You're at one of the studios that changed locations. Is it the one in Silo or the one in Rogers? I've been wondering who you are for a while. You're younger than me. But you still... Younger by how much? Like, are you my student, or are we, like, close to the same rank? Like, are you younger than me by a lot and my student, or are you younger than me by a little bit and we trained at the same time? Like, trained together or trained underneath me? Big difference. Hang on. You left recently for college? You trained with me in Rogers. I left recently for college. I haven't been there recently. You left recently for college? Are you a guy or a girl? younger than me. Trained Gilmore and Rogers for a guy. It makes it so difficult. Recently, how recently did you leave for college? Like this year? Or like a couple years ago? Couldn't be Dalton because he's older than me. Couldn't be Wyatt. Last fall. I wasn't there last fall. Sam. Sam? Sam. Sam left for college? Sam left for college. I don't think Sam left for college. No. No, you wouldn't be Carlos. You wouldn't think I wouldn't remember you if you were Carlos. What rank are you? Black belt, but first, second, third degree. What rank are you? Edon. Currently in Edon. You're younger than me. You trained with me. Are you my senior? You couldn't be CJ because he's not an Edon. Wait. You're not my senior. I'm didn't think about what I just said. Edon. Not Jacob. You're not. Couldn't be Melissa because you're a guy. Who are you? Just tell me. Who are you? Paxton? You suck. You're not gonna tell me, are you? You Paxton? I feel like you're Paxton. Dang it, you're not Paxton. Anyway, I got one more form to do. Hang on. So, for those of you just watching, kind of like wondering what's going on, that was somebody. Apparently, I know. I've been trying to figure out who this is because they know things that only someone I know that I've trained with would know, like certain stories and stuff. I'm trying to remember. How often do I train? Like on my own? All the time. Every time, whenever I'm not working, and even if it's dark, like sometimes I'll just be, I just can't sleep and I'll just go out and train in my backyard for a while until I'm tired. All the time. Way more than I can stream. I train way more than I could feasibly stream. Because I also don't want to stream on a day when another normal video releases. So, like anytime I'm not working, basically, I'm probably training. Training something. It could be basics like I did today. It could be tricking and weapons that all of you have seen me do before. I've done most of the training videos I've done have been that, but recently I'm wanting to train my old forms, my Tong Sudo forms, so that I can keep them in my head better, even though I'm learning an entirely new style of martial arts. Uh, and it's Chinese, so it's going to be completely different in the words they use, in the what they call the stances, in their protocols. It's entirely different, and so I'm trying to keep the old memory here without losing it, and that way I can learn the new stuff and still test for my master whenever that day comes. Maybe get next year, hopefully next year, maybe 2 years, I don't know, something like that. I think it's a year. But if you have any theories out there watching, let me know. But so I've done all my basic forms. The next time I'll be probably working on black belt forms, so you're gonna get Jindo, Dumoon, stuff like that. I'm gonna work on those higher ranking forms. So at this place I'm going to, they do multiple styles of Kung Fu. And they kind of break it up into branch systems. So from what I know, I'm going to be doing Southern Shaolin Kung Fu in the beginning to kind of get my basics in Kung Fu, and then it'll branch off. As I'll go into more intermediate, it'll be Northern style, and more advanced will be Northern style, and then once I get past black belt, it will be branching off into different styles. So like monkey style, they have wushu, tai chi, a bunch of different things that I can branch off to should I so choose. It's just getting that first basics in a new style is always number one. And so for right now, it's going to be Southern Shaolin Kung Fu, and then we'll see what I choose as it goes forward. It's alright, Zach. I'll be actually signing off pretty soon. I want to go to 30 minutes. I want to feel good about myself, so I got 30 seconds until 30 minutes screams, and then I'll probably be heading out too. Unless you guys ask some questions and I keep talking, because then, we'll see. Yes, I have trained a lot with a katana. Most of it has been for XMA because I find that more useful. I don't find practicing sword combat as very useful because I'm not into fencing. That's just not what I do. And I love going to tournaments and doing XMA. So I do XMA and extreme martial arts with my sword, with my katanas. And I practice it mostly in that way. Obviously, you have to have some of the basics when you practice it. So your slashes are still going to be slashes. Your cuts are still going to be strong. But I practice it with the intent of competition instead of the intent of sword fighting, because I don't see actual sword fighting as very useful in the age where, I live in America. There's a gun behind every blade of grass here. So stuff like that, I don't see swords as being useful in that situation. I would see, as far as bladed weapons, knives would be more useful. Knives would be more useful in modern times than a sword would be. So I do practice knife combat. Yes, I have used guns. I love shooting guns. The coolest gun I've ever shot is a Thai. It's either the Uzi that I shot, the mini Uzi. It had extended mag, so I had I think 35 rounds, 30 rounds, something like that. And it was so cool. I shot 3 mags of 30 rounds, and it was so intense. Also, I love shooting World War II guns. My buddy Joel, he and his family collect guns like religiously, and so I've shot a bunch of guns over, going over his house throughout the years and stuff like that. But I'm wanting to get a new pistol here pretty soon. I have I have the money saved up for it. I've had my eye on what I want to get. I'm just waiting for the time to find a relatively cheap one. Probably go to a gun show and get one there. Absolutely, Eric. Yeah, it's just a personal thing. I get why people want to keep the tradition of sword combat and stuff like that up, and I get the usefulness if you're going into fencing and fencing competitions and doing stuff like that. I totally get it, and you do you. You do what you like, but I just personally don't see the reason to learn it for defense and for combat because people like if you have a sword in a fight, the other person probably doesn't have a sword. You're going to be swinging it, and you're not going to have. It's not going to be combat. It's going to be you cutting the other dude up with a sword. So it's kind of like one person having a bat. Kind of one-sided. But yeah, that's how I see it. I do throw knives. I do throw stars and shurikens. My favorites to throw are my batarangs. I did a video a while ago on throwing some batarangs, and I have a new set of batarangs actually shipping in right now, so I can do a video on those when I get them. I'll leave links in the videos when I post those. But I love throwing stars. I'm not a fan of throwing knives. They're too much hassle for what they're worth. I can buy 3 knives or 3 ninja stars for the same price essentially, and ninja stars are easier to throw and more effective, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. And so that's why, unless you have bigger, heavier knives, like if you have knives big enough to hold and actually use as a knife, then it's a little bit different, and then you kind of get into that territory. But I love throwing weapons, so throwing axes, throwing spears, knives, machetes, whatever. I like throwing it. It's always fun. I do have a story about blow darts where I was at a camp teaching kids how to throw knives and I was teaching kids how to throw knives, shuriken, and shoot blow darts. Because we were counseling, and I own a lot of knives and a lot of throwing stars, and so I'm pretty good at it over the years. I've gotten pretty good at it, and so they usually send me to go and teach that. And so it was going fine, blah blah blah. It just goes standard operator procedure SOP. And then one kid keeps a blow dart without me knowing. He just hides it. And then when I'm like, all right, not throwing stars down, blow dart guns down, we're gonna go pick up your darts. He grabs it, puts one in, and whoop, fires it into my back. And I was so annoyed, so very annoyed at that kid. I wanted to just deck him, and so I just had to hand it over to the next some high schooler that was around that was good at what she was doing. I was just like, hold the class for a while, I'll be back. And I left. It was just gone. I was so pissed. And it really hurt to pull it back out because they were barbed, and so I had to pull it out with chunks. Oh, it hurt. It was not fun. It was not a fun day. But with all that said, guys, I have other stuff to do. It's getting dark. The sun's getting real low. And I have some videos to edit and some homework to get done. A lot of homework to get done. So, with all that said, my name's DJ Moore, and this is the Modern Ninja.